Hello and welcome. Today I'm talking about gratitude. But you know me by now. I'm not going to have the same spin on it that you're seeing everywhere. If you don't know me, I'm Linda Babulic, and I'm dedicated to sharing wisdom teachings with you to bring more zest into today's executive woman. It just feels so good. Research proves that you can boost your oxytocin and boost your immune system with gratitude. And it's not hard, and it doesn't cost you anything. Gratitude is about receiving with grace. And it's something we didn't always learn from our image makers. You know, how many times have you given someone a genuine compliment and then they argue with you? Oh, I love that top. Oh, this whole thing, I got it on sale at Value Village, or as we say in Ottawa, Canada, Value Village. Or you say, congratulations, that was great. Oh, I could have done better. I messed up my speech. I was so nervous. When I had my own stage show once a month, where we had 6 speakers come and tell a story from the heart, how many times did I hear that? I messed it up. I was so nervous. Instead of just saying, thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, I learned this lesson, the hard way, as many of the lessons I've learned are. Several years ago, I was going to quite a few golf tournaments because of my work I was doing. And for Mother's Day, my husband bought me a set of golf clubs. And I looked at them and I thought, oh my God, that cost so much money. And I royally ripped them apart because all I could think of was, well, our son needs a pair of jeans and you're buying me golf clubs. He had tears in his eyes. It was so awful. And I said, never again, never going to do that again. You show up with the gift, I'm going to accept it with grace. And some of the gifts he's bought me, pretty outrageous financially. Yeah. But I always say thank you. I always say thank you with grace that he went to all that time and trouble. And that was such a thoughtful gift that he bought. And I totally ruined it for him. He was so proud of the idea he'd had. I don't do that anymore. I was teaching once at one of my wisdom circles for women, the ZEST Wisdom Circle for Women, and we were talking about gratitude and saying thank you. And one of the women in the circles I knew personally because she was my trainer, and her husband had been working on the renovation in their home for a long time. He was doing a tongue and groove ceiling. Yeah, you've seen them. It's complicated. And she was complaining about how slow it was going. And that day, we turned her life and maybe her marriage around because he was losing patience, that she wasn't being patient enough. And I said, why don't you try this? Go home and say, wow, you are doing an amazing job. I know it's slow and you're tired of doing this, but you're doing such a precise job. And I so appreciate all the time, effort, and energy you're putting into it. He almost fell off the ladder. He was blown away that she had taken the time to say thank you for what you're doing. She got lucky that night. It's so easy to say thank you to someone. You know, instead of complaining, let's do that. You know, let's have a couple of calls to action for you. Let's receive with grace and say thank you a lot. We don't need to be any fancier than that. Just thank you. You know, when I get a delivery at the door, I make a point of opening the door and say, thank you. And 9 times out of 10, they'll say you're welcome. In Canada, we say you're welcome. In the US, they say, uh-huh. I don't know what you say in other parts of Europe. I guess it depends what language you're speaking. It's a you're welcome if you're in Canada. That's how you can often tell when I'm traveling in the US and somebody says, "You're welcome." I go, "Are you Canadian?" "Nope, but I was raised by my grandmother and she's Canadian." Always gives me a little chuckle. So say thank you, make a note of what the response is, and put a note in the comments. Are you getting "uh-huh" or are you getting "you're welcome"? The other thing that really works magic is to write down your gratitudes. Remember, that releases the oxytocin. Oxytocin is good for your immune system. The more you think about your gratitudes, the more of it you will get. And it occurred to me a couple of months ago. First of all, at the start of the pandemic, I started writing health in my journal, my gratitude journal. You know, I'm fond of Vishen Lakhiani's 6-phase meditation. I have a lot of these. And one of the gratitudes I started writing down was health. And it's working. The other thing I wrote down is money. I'm grateful for having the abundance that I have. So write those things down if you want more of them. Whatever you're grateful for today. You know, I love my sunshine. I love my office, and I'm grateful for it. And that's one of the gratitudes I put in my journal today was the sunshine. Mind you, it's 15 below Celsius. So dang cold here, but the sun is shining and I'm not outside, I'm inside, and I have central heat, so I'm fine. So write down your gratitudes. And in the 6-phase meditation, what he has us do is 3 things you're grateful for in your life: health, wealth, happiness. 3 things you're grateful for in your business. And I always write down the names of the people that are helping me with my business. I have a beautiful group of advisors. I also belong to FemCity. I'm a global lifetime member. I often put down FemCity. I put the founder's name, Violet. Anybody I interact with that helps me in my business. When you put a comment on my videos, I'll get back to you and I will say thank you because I'm grateful. That's one of the gratitudes that I'll put in there. And then the one that people find most difficult, because I do this with my clients too, is 3 things you're most grateful for about yourself. What is that? I'm grateful that I'm determined, I'm courageous, I'm a visionary, I'm caring. And yes, I've been doing this for years, so I repeat them, and that's totally fine because I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for you today. Thank you for joining me, and share this. If somebody needs a little gratitude in your life, take care. And I'll be off a little bit, and then I'll be back. If you're watching this live, then you know that tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So there will be no video from me. I'll be back next week after the holiday. I'll be back on Monday with a few more videos to honor the commitment that I made to share wisdom teachings with you until the end of 2021. Let me know what you think. I love you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You fill my heart with gratitude. Thank you. And if you're watching this later, it's still okay.